I hope everybody's okay today. And boy, ideally this will be a live chat, but we haven't got the subscribers or the means to do that yet, so it's just a little chat. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. I love a little movie. Do you like a movie? I love all sorts of movies. V for Vendetta, all sorts, you know what I mean? Life, Warlord, there's all sorts of films I like. And a few films have been coming out in the cinemas lately. As we know, there's been a lot of movies getting banged out, and yeah, and a few have catched my eye. Now, in the last 20, 30 years, if I was to say to you, what movies had a direct effect on people's cinematic experience, people leaving their house, going to the cinema, and going to watch a movie, and you're thinking, what am I talking about? What would I say? What movie would if I was going to say to you, has stigma attached to it? Negative, dangerous stigma. Not dangerous, maybe I'm over-exaggerating. Possibly I am. I'm not going to deny it. But you're probably thinking, what am I talking about? But there was a movie once where a man dressed up as a certain character, he went in to a cinema and he shot loads of shots off and he killed a group of people, yeah? I don't know too much about it, but that happened, and if I'm not mistaken, it happened again somewhere else. And there's been all sorts of knockoff, one-off characters pop up being this person, and this character seems to encourage deluded, psychopathic, I don't know, certain natures and tendencies. And I don't know if you've seen certain films like Eyes Wide Shut. There's a film also called They Live. There's all sorts of films, and ultimately films are films, so it depends how you look at it. This is just me talking. But some would say that sometimes their subliminal messages get fed through these films, even music, and these avenues in which higher society can talk to the average Joe. And so, with all of that said, like I said, by general on purpose or by not purpose, certain films get certain stigmas along the way, and I think this film has, like I said, I can't think of a film that's personally people has dressed up as the main character and gone and killed people, and has sent so many people slightly off key. Also, one of the actors who have played this role has passed away. I don't know the full story. Like I said, this is just me talking. Ideally this will be a live chat, but we're going to get there soon, so I'd like to get answers. But so people, many lives have been lost associated with this film, whether it's intentional or not, that's not my place to say. It's all speculation and I'm just talking. But if you've not guessed by now, people, the film I'm talking about is The Joker. And yes, these things happened previously under the identity of The Dark Knight or the Batman film or this or that. Absolutely, I agree. However, they didn't dress up as Batman or Superman. This character, the Joker, has, put it this way, how I'd like to explain it. In the last, let's say, 5 years, it's very, very clear and fair to say, as general society, that I personally would attach to that Joker stigma to say, I know there's a couple crazy people around the world watching that, because there seems to be crazy people who really identify with this Joker character. And we know directors and people in Hollywood and the movie makers and all of this are very smart, and they know how to channel in on an audience. At the end of the day, when a rapper makes some music, even if it's an American rapper like Eminem, or then an English rapper like Giggs from Peckham, yeah? Two of my favourite rappers there, lyrically and the energy they give out. But the media both at one point have said Eminem was responsible for making, because he was a white rapper at the time, rapping, and there was a lot of public shootings and things like this. They were saying the kids are listening to Eminem, so he's a reason for it. Now, they've done the same thing to Giggs. Giggs tries to do I can't talk like I know about things, but I know I've been personally gone to go to an event of Giggs, and it gets shut down, and you later find out that it's like avenues and things stopping them, saying that your reputation, we don't trust you to do an event. We don't trust you to be in this place and have a few hundred people who want to have a good time and listen. So my point is there's some control out there, yeah, and they seem to know choose who and what they filter, and they say, all right, you can't go to this, you can't go to that, you can't have a career, you can't get paid, they said to Eminem. Well, they tried to, it didn't work, but they stopped people having shows. A lot of English rappers and musicians and people go through it, they stop them from going to places because they don't like where they're from or what they've done. So if we're looking at the world through that eyes now, where we know that there is nets in, there is company, there is all sorts of legislations and things in place to look at people and say, we think we have to stop this person getting money, basically. And I don't agree, because I'm saying, well, not that I don't agree, but let me tell you where I'm going with this. The whole point is if you're willing to stop rappers and small movie makers and YouTube channels and anything like this, how the hell has Gary Glitter got 2 minutes worth of music in the new Joker movie, people? Do you know what that means? Ultimately, that means that he will be collecting royalties or money of some sort, whether it's a one lump sum payment or royalties or payments for the rest of his life, whatever it is. I wish this was a live chat so I could talk more. I just done my research to make sure it's 100% true, which it is. And so, don't forget, we already know that we live in a world where there's people who are so-called in place to say, no, this person, we need to stop them making money because they're dangerous and that. So what kind of world are we living in where these people refuse artists that are making just music, yeah? What, yeah? And then, it's just an example I'm giving, compared to a convicted criminal, paedophile criminal, dangerous people who, whatever the reason is, their mind is like that. You've chosen to use 2 minutes worth of his music in a movie which is going to make him money. So who are judging this? So there's people judging the scenario saying this man should be able to get publicity through the film that's coming out, that's going to be publicised all around the world, that's already attached to stigma, to people who have walked into cinemas and killed people who have died, who have played the role of the film. And now we're going to add a little bit of symbolic or whatever, we're going to add Gary Glitter into the mix, yeah? I don't know if it's just me that this is stressing me out. I ain't watching that film now, yeah, people. Let me know what you think. Am I taking it too far? Is it just, somebody pointed out to me, it could just be one person in a studio room, they said, they've added it, nobody knows, they're just someone who works there, and they're getting a personal kick out of it. I don't believe none of that. I believe everything's planned and this and that, but I'm not blocked out to the theory of anything's possible. So you don't let me know in the comments, but I just think it's not right that a man who's done... What about the victims of Gary Glitter? If they're going to watch that film one day, yeah, and they hear that music, and then they find out that this guy's profiting while he's in prison. So on top of it, don't we question, if these guys have been convicted criminals of such disgusting crimes to that nature, where it's not about, you know what I'm saying, yeah, that filth, how can we then trust them with even money? Let's say if we get past the ridiculous nature of you accepting that person and putting, for some reason you thought there was a creative nature where you chose, out of all the music in the world, the rappers, the musicians, you chose a pedo to put in. Let's just say if people got past all the craziness and this and that, what is he going to do with the money? You're in prison for however long, the rest of your life, or wherever you are. I don't know what's going on with this fella, but obviously bad things can happen with that money. So what world are we living in where we're happy to sanction that? Well, we're not, but I'm saying the movie makers. It makes me upset, people, yeah, that a man like that can still, he's getting privileges, yeah? So what does that say about the world? We're trying to shine that through, the directors or whoever's doing this shit, yeah? Why would you put that in? They need to take that shit out, yeah? You lot let me know what you think. Ultimately, I want to tell you some movies you got to watch before you leave now, yeah? Because all these new movies coming out are fucking people's heads. And I'm not saying the movies I'm going to tell you are going to help your head. I'm just saying watch it. Why not? V for Vendetta. Number 1. They Live. Number 2. Watch They Live. I don't know where you find it. It's budget. It's a little bit thingy at times. But trust me, watch it. And that's what I'm going to leave it at now, yeah? Because I'm spitballing and I might end up saying a worse film than fucking The Joker. But like I said, maybe I've possibly looked into it too much, people, and I'm wrong. Let me know. Like, is it just a coincidence? Well, I'm not saying it's not a coincidence, but obviously them things happened. The Joker has been attached to all these things. Guys have did. People that have done the acting have passed away. It's like almost if there was a big power force at the top of all this shit, they picked the perfect movie and the perfect dirty pedo to create another little twist just to rub it in your face. I don't know, man. You lot let me know what you think. Maybe I'm crazy and I should just watch it and stop. Is it literally just that? Have they just used a bit of music and they didn't know? Or is the world a whole conspiracy and everything's fucked up, yeah? You lot let me know what you think. Let's try and get to the 1,000 subs quickly so we can do live chats. But yeah, ultimately, it just got me angry. I saw it in the paper. Gary Glitter's going to make money from the Joker. What about the people who got punished by him and felt his wrath, the evil demon breeder that he was, which we all know, it's all been admitted and he's convicted. So why the hell? You don't let me know what you think, man. I just don't think it's right. We as a society, as all of us, all levels, the people at the bottom, the government, everyone, we can't let that happen. We need to let people like that not get money. That's why I'm not watching it. That's why I'm not doing nothing. We can't let them benefit. Because what about these victims? What about, we need to live in a world where when people do that level crime, yeah, we treat it seriously. But you don't let me know what you think. Is it serious? Or am I just looking into it too deep? You get me? Gary Glitter has just basically featured in a film this week. It's ridiculous. You lot let me know what you think now. I'm open to all suggestions. Thank you lot, yeah? Have a good evening. Enjoy your life. Good evening.